Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, children. Actually, in the last class, we're seeing what is under subscription. So, what is under subscription? When shares applied for is less than the shares offered for subscription, it is called as under subscription. For example, when the company is issuing you 1 lakh shares and people have applied for only 90,000 shares, it is less than the share issue. So that is called as under subscription, right? Now, in this class, you're going to see what is oversubscription. When number of shares applied for is more than the number of shares offered for subscription, it is called as oversubscription. So this situation can be dealt in three alternatives. What are they? First is when the applications are received, you accept all the applications in full or you totally reject it. Okay, so some applications are accepted in full and others are totally rejected. And whatever applications are rejected, that money is returned to the applicants for rejected applications. Okay, so that is the first method. Now, what's the second method? All applications allotted in proportion of the shares applied. So this is called as pro rata allotment. Now, for example, if there will be many of them who have applied for the shares, the company is floating the shares in the market, okay, has decided to issue 1 lakh shares, but you are going to receive 1,20,000 shares. Now, what are you supposed to do? You got 20,000 excess. The company is planning to issue only 1 lakh. You got more subscription. Now, this 20,000 shares, now the company can decide. So, for those who have applied for 10,000 shares, they may issue 5,000 shares. Those who have applied for 5,000 shares, they may issue 1,000 shares. Those who have applied for 2,000 shares, they may issue 500 shares likewise. So, an example. Okay. And whatever money they have collected in excess, they will adjust in allotment or call money. Okay, they will adjust in allotment or call money. So that is called as pro rata allotment. Okay, that's the second way of treating it. So all applications are allotted in proportion of the shares applied. This is called as pro rata allotment. Excess money may be returned or may be retained for adjusting towards allotment money or call money. So either it will be returned or it will be retained for adjusting for allotment money or call money. A combination of the above two may be applied. So they may use both the combinations and they can apply also. So that is left to the companies. Okay. Now shall we go to the problem? Now let us go to illustration 3. So we have a problem here. Bharat Limited issued 1 lakh equity shares of 10 each to the public at par. Okay. Shares are issued at par. So what is that? 5 on application, 3 on allotment, and 2 on first and final call. So 5 plus 3 plus 2. So 10 rupees. This is the face value of the share. Okay? This is the face value of the share. So the application money received was 1,20,000 shares and the excess money was refunded immediately past journal entries to record the above. So the company has plans only to issue 1 lakh shares. Issue is only 1 lakh. But you have received 1,20,000 shares. There is a request for 1,20,000 shares. So what is the difference? 20,000 you are having in excess. And what has the company decided to do? Reject it and return the money. So in the previous problems, I have already told you how to pass the journal entries. So now in the books of Bharat, now Bharat Limited is going to record his journals. Okay, so what should be first? You have to be familiar with all your journals. So whenever application is money is going to the bank account data to share application. How much has gone in? 1,20,000 into 5. 5 is the face value. This is 5 rupees is the amount that you're going to receive on application. So 1,20,000 into 5. That comes to 6 lakhs. So bank account data to equity share application. So next you have, so what is the actual issued amount? The actual issue is only 1 lakh. The company can issue only 1 lakh shares. Okay, but it has gone for 1,20,000. So what is the actual issue is only 1 lakh. So 1 lakh into 5 is 5 lakhs. So share application accounted to equity share capital, that is 5 lakhs. So what are you going to do with the extra amount? You're going to reject it. So 20,000 you're going to return. So you're going to pause ulta entry. What is the ulta entry here? Bank accounted to equity shares application. So you pass the ulta entry. Equity share application accounted to bank. So here 6 lakhs you got 6 lakhs. 5 lakhs is what you can retain. 1 lakh you're going to return. Fine. So next is share allotment. So what is due on share allotment? Here how many shares? 1 lakh shares. Okay. In allotment the bank has called for, the company has called for 3 rupees. So 1 lakh into 3 rupees. So this much is due in allotment. Okay. Equity share allotment accounted to equity share capital 3 lakh. The amount due on allotment is 3 lakhs. So what is going into the bank? 3 lakh is going into the bank. So bank accounted to equity share allotment. Now again you have 2 rupees due. So 5 rupees on application you collected, 3 rupees on allotment you collected, 2 rupees you call on all money, first and final call. So totally 10 rupees you're going to call for. So equity share first call upon data to equity share capital. So 2 lakhs and then 2 lakhs. So bank account data to equity first call and final call. Okay. So you have received your total amount. What is that? 1 lakh into 10. Okay, by means of application, by means of allotment, and by means of first and final call, and this is the journal entry for that. So I hope you understood the illustration problem. I will teach another exercise problem which is similar. Okay, now let us go to exercise 3. So in exercise 3 you have a problem. Saranya Limited issued 20,000 equity shares of 10 each. Okay, so 20,000 equity shares of 10 each. And what is it? 3 is going to call for 3 on application, it's going to call for 4 on allotment, and 3 on first and final call. So total is 10 rupees. Okay, so this is the face value of the share, and they are going to issue the shares at par. Okay, at par. Okay. Now, the application money was received for how many shares? 30,000 shares. Now, actually, they plan to issue only 20,000 shares, and they have received application money for how much? 30,000. Okay, so what is the excess? 30,000 minus 20,000. So, what is the excess you have received? 10,000 you have received in excess. Okay, and what has the company decided? Excess application money is to be refunded immediately. So, in the books of Saranya, in the books of Saranya Limited. Okay. Now they have not mentioned the date, so we are not going to write anything on the date. So what is the money that is going into the bank? Bank account data to share application. Equity share application. Add equity share application account. The application money received. How much have you received? 30,000 into 3. That comes to how much? 90,000. Right? No, actually, how much should be go? What is the actual issue amount? How much should be transferred to capital account? Share application account data. Share application account data to share capital. Share application, it is equity share application. Put equity everywhere. Equity share application, amount transferred to capital account, share capital account. Okay, how much are you going to transfer? Actually, they're going to issue how many shares? Only 20,000 shares. So 20,000 into 3. So that is how much? 3 twos are 6 are 60,000. Okay. So how much are you going to reject then? You're going to give back. Okay, 10,000 excess you're going to give back. So 10,000 into 3 you're going to give back. Alright. So share application pass ulta entry. Equity share application account data to bank account. Okay, being excess on application returned. Fine. So what is the amount you're going to return? 30,000. Okay. So 60 plus 30, that has come up to 90,000. Now how much is due on allotment? 4 rupees is due on allotment, right? So share allotment account data to share capital account. So being allotment money due. Share allotment, share allotment money due. How much is due? 20,000 into 4. 4 twos are 8. Okay. So 80,000 is due, and you're going to get the money as soon as the allotment is due. They're calling for, and you're going to get that money, right? So bank account data to shares allotment account, being allotment amount transferred or received, being allotment amount received. So same 80,000 you're going to receive. Fine. So next you have 3 rupees that you're going to collect on final call. Okay. So 3 twos are 6. So what's the thing? Journal entry? Shares, equity, shares, first and final call account data to share capital. Equity share capital. How much is due? 60,000 is due. 60,000. Being first shares, first and final call due. Okay. Then next you go to the last entry, bank account data to shares, first and final call, being first and final call, first and final call amount received. Okay, 60,000. Right? Okay, so I've completed the exercise problem. So here also we are only doing journals. So I've taught you one method when you have oversubscription and when shares are rejected, what are the journals you're going to pass. Fine. In the next class, I will go to illustration 4 and exercise 4. Okay. I hope you understood, children. Thank you.